Greetings, Culturians, and welcome back to the channel. Today, of course, is Monday, so we got to talk about the box office and what did and didn't happen. And to my surprise, Masters of the Universe didn't end up in third place, where I thought it actually would end up, but it didn't, at least not in North America. It is kind of disappointing that it earned as little as it did, but that's part of this video, so stick around. We're jumping into the numbers, and if you like Scary Movie, well, there was some scary earnings. Here we go. Now, before we get started, just a real quick reminder, I am trying to get to 50K. This is a Monday video, so I try to say this only about once or twice a week. Double check you're still subscribed. If not, click the subscribe button. Just do the, if this is your first time here or your 1,000th, you're going to want to come back. I give you lots of facts and figures. I do multiple pieces of content throughout the week, including live streams. I've been doing more members-oriented stuff, so if you become a channel member, which we're trying to get to 1,000 members on the 50,000 subscribers, that basically keeps the channel alive and kicking, and it's all because of you. So if you don't mind doing that, hit the notification bell, turn on all notifications, hit the thumbs up button. I would truly appreciate it. On that note, let's jump into the story, because Scary Movie was screaming to franchise record of 56 million. That's amazing. And He-Man was spotting 30 million, and Anthony D'Alessandro put this together on the 6th, which was the Saturday, looking forward to Sunday. Digital Circus is looking for about 22 million. And why are they talking about a 4-day? This wasn't a holiday weekend, was it? Not that I knew of. The only really good story coming out of the box office, though, is that Super Mario Galaxy movie passed the $1 billion worldwide mark, despite being available on digital. This is the first movie of the year to cross into that lovely luxury area of $1 billion in 2026. Disney didn't do that. Disney hasn't done that. Disney hasn't done anything in a very long time. But did that surprise anybody? Not me. I think it's kind of strange that Disney doesn't have anything that's worth seeing. It's been a while since they had Star Wars, and that's an epic failure in its third weekend fall off, which again, we're going to look at these numbers. You guys are going to be surprised. But back to the story, and with purpose. The box office of Scary Movie started off strong. All of it did, actually, with 24.7 million, whereas Masters of the Universe was in second place as of, I think these are Friday numbers, so that includes Thursday and Friday. They don't say that explicitly, but I will. 11.7 million for Masters. Now, that is a disappointing number. That would have been a good preview number. That's not a good Friday number. So that's where we came from. That's where we are. And then, of course, we got the update on the 6th from Anthony D'Alessandro. Again, with these numbers coming out of, you know, wherever he pulls them from, which I think is like places like exhibitor relations and things like that. So on the 7th, which is Sunday, Scary Movie roars around the globe with the franchise best 105 million worldwide. Those are great numbers for the Wayans brothers. Congratulations to them on that opening. Masters of the Universe, though, has no muscle with only 54 million worldwide. It was looking more bleak than this, so 54 million is a great way to recover, but it's still disappointing. Again, the Friday was 11.7 million, so it picked up a little bit of ground because of word of mouth over the Saturday and Sunday. Again, we're going to jump over to the Hollywood Reporter, and it just is made clear that the North American box office did not serve He-Man very well, at least in my opinion. In fact, Scary Movie stunned with 55 millions in North America, and Masters of the Universe landed 29.3 million. Look, you had Obsession and Backrooms in third and fourth place, respectively. I'm going to say it this way. It looks like audiences are looking for non-rehashed storytelling. And while Scary Movie 6 is rehashed substantially, it also is something that has a following. It has been funny in the past, and a lot of people are looking for funny these days, which is in short supply. If they don't get funny, they get scary, which is why Obsession and Backrooms have done so well. Now, Backrooms fell off considerably, as we're going to take a look at the numbers next and point that out, but it still stayed in third place. So, when we take a look at it, Scary Movie, 55 million in North America. Masters of the Universe, 29.3 million in North America. And Backrooms at 25.9 million after a nearly 70% fall weekend over weekend. And Obsession, 25.6 million. Look, None of these are terrible numbers for films that didn't cost all that much, except Masters of the Universe cost too much. It just did. We kind of calculate that this needs to have the same kind of performance that Mando and Grogu probably needed to have because of just how much it costs and how much promotion went into it. A lot of work went into making this the best it could be, and a lot of early reaction, well, that was maybe not authentic, really beat the heck out of Masters of the Universe. And again, I enjoyed the film. I have a review. It's up on the channel. You can find it up there. I'm going to put a little click up there if you're watching on a computer or tablet. But if you're looking for, an honest review of the film, it's there. If you're looking for a true fan review, you go follow, Tom's review. He did not enjoy it at all. And it's something that likely, if you follow me over to Midnight's Edge in the morning after the 6-minute daily live show, which is coming up a little bit later, you'll maybe be able to see or witness that conversation between my friend Tom and I. Because I think we can still disagree on something, whether or not it was quality, whether or not it had woke elements or not. Regardless, the top 4 films are out there for everyone to see, and Scary Movie started to really pull ahead. It's interesting to me that in 24 days of release, Obsession, which costs next to nothing, I think $700,000, it is at $152.1 million. Now, of course, half that's going to go to the theater exhibitors, right? But the rest of it's going to go to the company that bought it. And same with Backrooms. Backrooms costs like $20 million-ish, I think, is what it was purchased for. So having a $135 million to date and a $25 million weekend, those are big numbers. And what surprised me the most is another brand new in the top 5, and these top 5 films are the unlikely characters here in this conversation. The Amazing Digital Circus, the last act for the people from Jackass. And that was only in 2,200 theaters, earning $5,500 per screen at $12.3 million. So in 4 days of release for that one, let me tell you, at $20 million overall, not bad. And congratulations to them. Now, Star Wars, The Mandalorian and Grey Goose, is at a simple $10 million with another near 60% collapse from the 70% that we had the previous weekend. With 17 days all in and $155.8 million, the concern now is, will it cross $200 million in North America? I think I agree with many people in this space, including Valiant Renegade, when I say, I don't know that it's going to make it $200 million. In fact, I think it's likely to lose over $100 million. And again, because they had to pay for marketing and they only get half of what they're going to earn, well, globally. And look, according to Hollywood Reporter, this film has to perform between 500 and 600 million just to be considered break even. And I believe more, the $600 million figure. And a lot of the shills are really announcing some of the worst possible coverage imaginable. In fact, they're trying to be early apologists for Supergirl, which we know is going to flop at this point. Again, I will go and give that one a fair and honest review when it comes out in a couple of weeks. But I don't know. I think I'd much rather go and see Scary Movie, The Amazing Digital Circus, or anything else. Maybe even Michael again. And let's talk about Michael, still in the top 10, earning $7.7 million in far fewer screens, 2,636 screens, only falling 35%, and at $354.2 million in North American dollars. Again, these aren't even global totals that we're talking about. The Breadwinner is $3.4 million in its 10th day of release. And then you have Pressure, which is a political drama that a lot of people were looking forward to, for $3 million in its first 10 days. So it's doing okay. The Breadwinner at $13 million overall and Pressure at $11 million overall, and being in the top 10 says a lot. And finally, The Devil Wears Prada hanging out for 38 days, still in the top 10, earning $2.8 million with only a 52% drop, which I thought this would have dropped like a stone. But at $214 million in North American box office, this thing certainly has made some money. I'm going to take a look at some of the other numbers around the globe, but I'm just going to say this. The top 10 is where the money's at. And once we get past 12, everything else is a tag along. With only 21 films reporting as of the time of recording, and not complete box office numbers technically until Tuesday, $181 million is respectable. This is what we need in summer box office. It needs to be over 200 million, but over 100 million is a win. And boy, did they need a win. Regardless, that's the box office for the last weekend. And I'm going to say it this way. Mando and Grey Goose is toast. Complete flop and failure for Disney. Worst possible outcome for Star Wars fans. Worst possible follow-up. The film was nonsensical, as I said in my review. And Masters of the Universe, I think, was a victim of some shenanigans in only 3,677 theaters. Scary Movie did what Scary Movie was always going to do. It overperformed to a horror comedy audience that has been waiting for that film for a long time. Backrooms and Obsession, well, leftover horror films that are just there to earn $25 million a weekend. So, like I said, the top 5 films, which includes The Amazing Digital Circus, were always destined to lead the box office. And I just have to say, Star Wars looks dead. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the weekend box office, the truth about the numbers, and my perspective and analysis. But what's yours? Let me know your thoughts on who the big winners were this last weekend down in the comments section below. Do you think that Backrooms and Obsessions can hang around in the top 5 next weekend? Do you think that the more rampant competition from this weekend forward is going to start to displace some of these films more quickly? Do you think Scary Movie hangs in there for a powerful number and doesn't fall 70% like I expect it to do? Or do you think Masters of the Universe is able to recover and bounce back on solid word of mouth from the majority of a 77% score on Rotten Tomatoes? Your guess is as good as mine, so let me know what it is down below. As always, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, see ya. Just hopefully it's something worth watching at the movie.